Sleepers Podcast. It is Friday, September 12th. It is O'Reilly Friday. No Carter Elliott today, but my first solo Riley Friday in like maybe 6 months. I'm pretty excited for this opportunity in front of me. Riley, how are we doing today?
I'm doing well. Like you said, I do think this. Have we ever done a podcast, a full episode, just the two of us?
I think one, maybe two, but a long time ago, maybe over a year ago.
So we're getting some reps in here, working on our two-man game, like Mihailo Petrovic and Toma Visic. Hopefully, I don't hit you with a between the legs bounce pass that goes off your hands and is behind you, and you got to cut the clip or something. Although it would be a little bit of fun to give JK some adversity with his editing if I
Sure.
do if I do miss time a bounce pass there. But yeah, I don't know, man. Anything like I'm trying to think how do Carter and I usually set the tone for Twinsky episodes. I kind of want to see you elevate your game and see if we can reach Twinsky status today.
I'll do my best. I think we have underrated chemistry. I would say that. Now, certainly it's hard to compete with the Twinskies. There's just certain things that go together. Peanut butter and jelly, Oreo cookies with Oreo cream, Carter Elliott and Riley Davis. It's difficult to beat, but I'll do my best. I'll put my best foot forward. And yeah, I wonder what has changed since the last time we did a full episode. Because I feel like, we're seeing basketball teams kind of promote things that have changed with their teams. Kentucky had that workout video where they were like, we've gained 55 pounds. Like, if
Hmm.
there was a promotional 35-second clip for this episode featuring cut up slow motion videos of you and I sitting in front of microphones, what do you think the caption would be that's changed in 12 months?
Okay, I definitely know yours. I can make a scouting report for what's changed for yours, then you can do so for mine.
Okay.
In the past year, Greg has written an average of 3.5 parodies per month. That's up. He has gone on an average of 6.5 bog walks per week since then. I think the bog would be like that would be the I think at the crux of the hype video is just you walking through the bog. And then the last stat would probably be would be something about your golf game, but we already know whenever golf numbers come out, my eyes glaze over, and so I'm not even going to make an attempt at that. I would just say pick your golf stat of choice as I am snoozing through golf banter.
I'm glad there's someone else on the channel who hates golf banter as much as I do. So see, already the chemistry's through the through
Look at
the
that.
roof here.
You got to
I
give me one. Hey, I got to see one of these.
Oh, it's one of these. Okay, yeah,
That was
that's
Carter's biggest
tight.
boo.
This is You can't really break that. I've never interlocked my fingers, and I'm just realizing you can't really tighten that. Okay, yours would be you have whipped up 13 new recipes in terms of dinner, Blackstone Grill or elsewhere. Because I know
Mhm.
sometimes you're just in the kitchen when you're whipping up a new recipe. You have unveiled 6 new college basketball media impressions of people in the various college basketball media sphere. And you have set a new record. You've added 2.5 minutes to your longest homily.
Okay, that I was hoping we would get one. We would get one involving my proclivity to teach on the Bible up front. I'm glad that you gave some recognition for that one. Media personalities definitely spot on. Recipes in the grill, excuse me, on the grill or in the kitchen. Can I share about my secret baking talent?
Please, I'd love to hear this.
I might have said this on the show when I made them, but I think my favorite recipe that I found since the last time we did a solo episode was these brown butter and Biscoff butter dark chocolate chip cookies.
Mm.
That was probably the best thing I've made in the past year.
Wait,
So,
can you talk me through the basics? You don't need to go like gory details of the recipe, but like what makes them so good? What's the secret?
well, for one, browning butter is a technique that I watch lots of YouTube videos on. It just sort of brings out the richness, allowing the butter to caramelize a little bit, if you will. And then the Biscoff butter, it's almost like imagine Nutella if Nutella was good. That's like one of my hot takes. I hate Nutella, but it's like those airport cookies, the Biscoffs, but it's like in almond butter, peanut butter type consistency. And then when you mix that in with the dark chocolate, it's like a perfect combination.
That's funny. I love that bar. If Nutella is good, that's fantastic. Yeah, I have a confession. This is not going to help our chemistry, but I have a confession. I have a weakness in the kitchen or in terms of food making. I can't bake at all. And honestly, it's a weakness in our household. Not to say my wife can't bake, but we are not the family members to come to for baked goods. We go to
Mm-hmm.
our go-tos. My mom makes great cookies. We've got other members on my wife's side that make great dessert type treats. We can't do it. Like I tried to make homemade chocolate chip cookies. Like there was like a little bit of a pre-baked dough, but you had to add your own stuff to it. It's not like just cookie dough from a sheet. And I really like did an anniversary round of cookies for my wife about a month ago. Just came out horrible. I have no idea what I did wrong. Like I followed the directions, I put it in for the right amount of time. Just they looked disgusting. They looked worse than they tasted. So I can't figure out baking. I would love someone to teach me how to bake.
What I would say is you got to take your lumps along the way. It is a pretty rough feeling when you try to do something for your anniversary and it flops. I tried making a lemon meringue pie for our anniversary, I think 2 years ago. Lemon curd, delicious. The meringue was awful though. I couldn't get the right consistency with it. And so for me, it's something I don't bake a ton, but I do like doing it from time to time just to kind of challenge myself. And low key, I have a pretty big sweet tooth. So,
Never
yeah,
would have
I
guessed
like a
you
good.
for a guy that doesn't have a good meringue. Never would have taken you for that, you know?
Well, the key is you have to whip it to the point where you get what they call stiff peaks in the baking world, and
Oh,
it sounds so inappropriate when you say it out of context. But yeah, the meringue just was never able to form it. So
you've got to
we'll see.
whip that meringue until it's stiff. I feel you. I
It's
feel you.
so
This
wild.
is why I can't bake. Yeah, honestly, the good news for both of us is that if you ever mess up an anniversary treat, there's a pretty easy way to make up for it. You feel me, Riley?
Make a better one next year. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the night ain't ruined. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right, we're gonna do our best today, folks. It's a weird time in the universe. Let me just say this: we are a comedic podcast, a sports podcast, obviously, but anyone with access to the internet knows that it was a pretty sad week for I think everyone on Earth, no matter what your beliefs or views or anything are. I think this has not been a fun week whatsoever. So we're going to do our best to inject some fun into you on this Friday. I don't really ever want Riley to inject me with anything, but I'll make an exception for this 60-minute episode. So, yeah, if you were like expecting us to come on here and comment in depth on serious Earth happenings, I don't know that usually happens when anything sad happens. It's not really going to happen beyond this little monologue from me right now. I will say I did write the college football newsletter this week with a long intro that I did my best to speak on the state of the world right now, but needless to say, not a fun time to be trying to put a smile on and do content for obvious reasons. So hopefully this can be a little moment of levity, a little brightness in your week. If you, like me, had a pretty shitty week watching everything go down, I know Riley feels the same. We talked about it before already. So let's just get to the show with that. We're going to start today with a YouTube comment of the day. Do you bring these when you're with Carter, or do you have Carter do this?
Oh, I I usually have Carter do it. I had one keyed up but I'm botching this right now. This is not my best audition to let me do the YouTube comment. If you have one, feel free to do it. I will look for one for the time being.
So I'm going to read three comments. I'm going to do it first because I said I want to inject some positivity, and I think all three of these are positive in various ways. So look at us. First comment from Lucas Bratton 5165 who says, "Bro, as a Kentucky fan, that impression made me mad and laugh at the same time. Y'all, I keep clicking your videos and keep getting mad. Y'all figured it out," with a laughing emoji. Yeah, I don't want to make you mad, Lucas Bratton, but I do want to make you laugh. And I think you're talking about the Jaden Quaintance video. I don't even remember what impression we did in that video, but we did one.
Was it the Jaden Quaintance voice where it kind of sounds like a little nerdy? Was it that one?
It wasn't the JQ voice. I might have been a Mark Pope impression this time. I totally forget. But anyways, Lucas Bratton, shout out to you. It's All in good fun. That's the whole point of this channel. We need to laugh sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. 88 Boilermaker says, I just want to echo another commenter that I appreciate all the coverage you guys give to Purdue. I am a child of the 90s and grew up during a time when Purdue was definitely seen as second fiddle to IU. It's so great to see where the program is now. Thank you for your thank you. We love covering Purdue, the best team in college basketball right now, and I appreciate anyone who appreciates it and lets us know about it. Also, do want to be clear, not trying to diss Indiana. We'll probably cover Indiana basketball a lot in the event that they ever become the number one team in the sport too. However, they're not. Darren DeVries is their head coach, and Mike Woodson drove them into the ground for roughly 5 very hilarious years. Last comment today comes from Dustin O'Brien, 1985, who says, Best Big Ten basketball coverage in the nation. I watch almost every episode. You guys kill the field of 68. Dustin, thank you for the sentiment. I would like to respond with two things. Number one, I love you. Number two, I love the field of 68 still. I used to work with those guys. Rob and I and Carter have talked about this a variety of times through the years, but we could easily be seen as people who are trying to compete with the field of 68. We don't necessarily want to. I love everything they make, to be honest. I think you can listen to us and also listen to them. I do appreciate the sentiment that if you're a Big Ten basketball fan, you would enjoy our channel. It's definitely something, especially after coming out of working with Field of 68. I feel like we've been able to create a niche of people who focus on the conference cart, and I really love. We also want to expand beyond it, though, and that's why people like Riley and Tanner McGrath and Ryan Hammer are here to help us as well. We don't want to just be Big Ten coverage. So appreciate the kindness, but no, don't diss Field of 68 for me either. Go listen to them as much as you listen to us. And all, what is it? Rising tides lift boats or whatever. What's that metaphor?
A rising tide lifts all ships.
That's it.
What's your favorite kind of ship?
Not a ship guy.
Mm. Not like what about friendship?
Friendship's okay.
Okay. Can I found a comment.
Oh, yay, cool.
Speaking of Indiana not being the number one basketball team and Darren DeVries being your coach and Mike Woodson being in charge for 5 hilarious years, this came from my Riley Everyday video. I did this on Indiana as one of the 10 most intriguing one of the 10 most intriguing teams in the sport. Had Zion Brown on, who is an Indiana alum, currently does play-by-play in the baseball world, actually. Really good show. Had a lot of fun talking to him about his Hoosiers, but someone commented and said, I love how a nerd judges someone's personality. When did charisma win games? Painter Izzo, Dusty May must have Calipari type Riz. Where I think I was getting called a nerd in this because in that video I said Darren DeVries has no personality, and I did not think he had the juice to succeed long term at Indiana. But I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we got time. Let's let time happen and tell us the truth, and then we can react to it, But I don't think you're a nerd for what it's worth.
Thank you. I just sometimes I'm like I need to read a little adversity to keep myself motivated. It's always funny to see what sort of names they come up with in this space.
I think there's an argument, if every human being on earth is somewhere on a spectrum between nerd and jock, and 0 is 100% nerdy and 100 is 100% jock, I would honestly think you are more jock than nerd.
I appreciate that. Yeah. If you had followed my high school football career that closely, it was a slow, steady climb. It might have had you thinking I was a little dipping too far into the nerd waters, but we came out of it.
I think you're a strong man who has prioritized his physical pursuits, a professional football player in a foreign country. We don't need to even mention that part, but yeah, I think you're very clearly more jock than nerd. Although you might be one of those like tough ones to assess. Did you ever watch Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off?
I did, yes.
You do give me Eddie vibes. Like you're the stud athlete that also wants to have some artistic pursuits.
Well, except my artistic pursuit was a metal band instead of cooking.
Yeah, which honestly would not have been as good of a Disney Channel original movie, I don't think. Or like if High School Musical was just like punk emo songs.
That I have been compared to Zac Efron in my prime. I will say that.
Wow. Does Natalie get Vanessa Hudgens a lot?
I can see it now that you mentioned it. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of comps to be drawn there.
You two are meant to be together. Let's get to the Discord. Join the Discord. This is the number one way to support us. If you haven't realized, if you're a daily watcher of the show, we are still in between sponsors right now. We're trying to figure that out, but it can't sustain itself forever. If we don't get a sponsor by basketball season, we would definitely have to change all the people we're paying and the way we're trying to promote this model. So if you're looking for ways to support us, keep the lights on, all of that, the number one way to do so would be to join the Discord. It's $9.99 a month if you sign up on mobile. There's some added fees that Discord gives you if you try to sign up on or if you try to sign up on mobile, that's where the fees come in. Sign up on a laptop or a desktop and you can avoid them. And it's just $9.99 a month. We also have our store going on right now. There's a link in our pinned tweet on Twitter. If you want to buy some Sleepers merch, you have 6 more days to do so. All of that money goes directly to us and our team and our producer and our social media people. So go check that out. Let's get to the comments. There's quite a few of them for Riley Friday today. So we start with Maynard, who says, Happy Riley Friday. If Kentucky had a pro day like Duke's, majority of the guys who attend would be helping Cal recruit players at the Arkansas pro day within 5 business days.
It's actually pretty funny.
It's pretty true. I tried to make that point on the video yesterday, Maynard, but it may have fallen on deaf ears. Maynard also says Caleb Wilson said he doesn't like Duke, State, or Wake, and that he's putting big bedazzled belt to ass this year. Is his mouth writing a check his ass can't cash?
There's definitely a chance he is, but you can tune into the video we did on that for my full thoughts.
It is objectively hilarious that his personal terminology of choice was we are going to put big bedazzled belt to ass.
Sparkled bedazzled. There's a sparkle before that bedazzled.
Like that is something Carter Elliott will use for decades to come. We used big bedazzled belt to ass in this game. All Hail the Pope says my lock of the week is Kentucky minus 23.5 over Eastern Michigan. What is your locks? This is college football, I assume. I would like to say this. I would not touch the Cutter Bowley starting quarterback Kentucky team in his first start of his career. I get that we like Kentucky football, but that is a number I just would absolutely not touch. Do you have a best bet of the week, Riley?
Yeah, whatever UNC is favored by over Richmond, bet Richmond to cover.
You're out on Belichick even after last week too?
Dude, we put up 20 points on UNC Charlotte. You know how hard that is to like be held under 30 against Charlotte's really bad. I get Biff Poggi is the interim coach for your half. So what do you consider Michigan football? Is that like, do you care about them at all? I know you're a Michigan State football fan, but you're a sympathizer toward Michigan football because of your dad. Is that the best way to put it?
The honest answer is I enjoy when Michigan wins because I like seeing my dad happy. But if it was just me solely, how does my heart feel with Michigan football? I've greatly enjoyed watching Jim Harbaugh's demise whenever that's happened. I just don't like that guy. So it leaves me in a weird spot with Sharon Moore because I have no major reason to hate Sharon Moore, and I do like the quarterback Bryce Underwood a lot this year. But kind of just indifferent to the current Michigan football team.
Yeah. I mean, so Biff Poggi, interim coach, while Sharon Moore is suspended. How many games is that?
2 games. This in Nebraska next week.
Huh, I didn't realize this. Biff Poggi played at Duke.
Crazy.
He's kind of like it's fun, like the bit that is Biff Poggi, but the dude had a 6-16 record at Charlotte, and I can't say the program's in a great spot without him. And Carolina was struggling to move the ball against them. So yeah, I'm pretty out on this Tar Heels team and the Bill Belichick experience.
Yeah, I hear you on that, my friend. I don't have much to add. My best bet this week, I think I have 11 picks in my newsletter this week, and I love all of them. Like, there were a couple weeks ago, I felt like I was kind of, I like some of these, but put them on the card. I'm hot. This week is like, I didn't want to give out 11 picks. I wanted to have it at 5 or 6. I really like all the picks this week. My favorite play, just from a storyline standpoint, is probably Tulane money line to beat Duke. Reminder, Duke's quarterback, Darian Mensah, they stole from Tulane. He was a freshman last year at Tulane where he was awesome. Duke was like, we'll pay you millions of dollars. You're ours now. He kind of left Tulane in weird fashion, and he's going back to Tulane. He's only started 2 games at Duke. That place is going to be crazy. Meanwhile, Tulane's quarterback is arguably a better player than Mensah. They got Jake Retzlaff, the BYU quarterback, who was awesome last year. So weirdly enough, Mensah's not going to be like the guy in this game. Tulane beat Northwestern comfortably. They forced 4 turnovers from Preston Stone, another really good quarterback in week one. I think Mentz is going to try and hero ball his way through this with fans on his ass. And to be clear, Duke's a very undisciplined football team. They shot themselves in the foot a bazillion times against Illinois. So give me Tulane.
They
It's
got
basically pick them right now. I think Tulane wins that game going away.
Yeah, they got carved up by Altmaier. Altmaier was spinning that thing, and I think I like that to continue with Retzliff.
Yeah, should be fun. Okay, back to it. Sir Cam says, pick three Riley Friday edition. Each of you pick one. Which team is most likely to be out of the NCAA tournament field before conference tournaments, then fight their way into the field by winning their conference tournament championship?
Kansas State is my Big 12 pick.
So this is
PJ
technically a
Hack.
pick two because he thought Carter was here. So we're both supposed to pick one. You said who, Kansas State?
Yeah, PJ Haggerty legacy weekend in the Big 12 tournament to get into the big dance.
That'd be fun. I'm going to go. You know what? Give me Ohio State.
Ooh, that feels like the right pick.
Like
That's what they
Jake Diebler's finally gonna get fired, and then Bruce Thornton hero balls his way to keeping his job alive. That'd be so on
hmm
brand, you know?
hmm
All right, Fam's here. He says, Happy Bluffs Friday. Y'all know how we rock. For the panel, how are you feeling about your football team so far? What would make it a successful season for you at this point? Lastly, when do you check out of football to lock into college basketball? We kind of got on this path, but just let's stamp it clean for Fam here.
The only way that I like my expectations for this UNC football season are so low based on what we've seen through 2 weeks. Like they've completely shifted the narrative where it's like, whoa, it was always going to be a rebuild. There's 70 new players, as if they didn't pay Belichick $10 million to win now. If they beat NC State, if we go into Raleigh and break the 4-game losing streak we have against the Wolfpack, I will be happy ish.
I thought your answer would be no more Pablo Torre credentials at Carolina football games. That'd be good.
I
Sleeper
need I need
investigator.
Pablo to keep finding out some things so we can get out of this Belichick contract.
Yeah, good. That's so funny to me. I feel good. I think I've talked about this at length, but Childs has made massive strides to me. Like I didn't expect this. I didn't see it coming. I think you can win football games with him. So yeah, I think Michigan State at this point should be in a bowl game. You're 2-0. You have 5 or 6 very winnable games still on the schedule. I guess I'd go so far as to say this. I'm still just in make a bowl game, win a bowl game, successful season. I'm not going to be upset if they go 7-6 with a bowl game win, but I think we might be at the point right now where there is enough belief with Michigan State football that one of those 7 wins should be noteworthy. And define noteworthy however you want, whether it's go out west and beat USC at 11 p.m. Eastern, or whether it's take down Michigan in Spartan Stadium in a rivalry game. Let's get one statement win that Jonathan Smith can put on his resume and say, this is why I'm the guy going into year 3 while making a bowl game. That would be my barometer at this point. Malik has a massive flurry, and I love you, Malik. We don't have 7 hours, so we are going to be quick. Let's institute like a 1 sentence response to Malik here. With the
You
fall
got
of
it.
a legal streaming site, is it time for people to get what they want to watch sports without breaking the bank? Is there hope for sports fans, or nothing will change? We're broke out here.
Nothing will change.
Well, well, well. Looks like MSU found a lost lamb or sheep. Riley, how come Mr. Stackhouse is visiting my team school and not yours?
Powers that be don't like Stackhouse at UNC.
Is that real?
I think so. I don't think I don't know. It's my speculation. It's real to me.
Have to 100% agree with Greg on first day picks. Like, let's be honest, someone's kid on sleepers is just going somewhere to play, eat, and poop. Why do we need a book bag?
Theo learned a lot about fire trucks this past week.
Good job, Theo. Time for a new game called Stud or Dud. How good will Michigan be if Yaxel the Axel Lendeborg isn't as good as you think? Flip, how good could Michigan be if he's a top 20 player in the league? If Yaxel's not as good as we think, I think Michigan will finish 6th in the Big Ten. If Yaxel is a top 20 player in the league, like the NCAA, I think Michigan is the 7th best team in the country.
No disputes from me.
Greg, you and Dusty holding out on us. I can understand Carter, but me save the Big Ten brothers. Whisper this big back you losing weight, by the way. Who's Malik Cordell, Greg? P.S. He's on your basketball team, Greg. Was there like a schizophrenic episode in the middle of that comment? I have no idea what's going on. Malik Cordell is my German backup center. I know him. He's 7'3" and he rocks, and he would start for your team. He's going to redshirt for Dusty May. Courtney Solomon, AA teenage professional horse rider, made history. It's great to see. Wishing her more success in years to come. Give her applause, please. She's been riding since 5 years old. That's amazing.
Shout out equestrians.
Time for another new game. I deserve a seat at the table. I really hope the Olympic Committee gets NASCAR in soon. I don't think it's fair they're not allowed to participate. Any sports you guys can think of that should be allowed to get gold medals now?
Mm, podcasting.
I think cornhole should be an Olympic sport. I would love to see bags cornhole. Uh, what else do we have here? So many more from Malik still. Time for a prayers. One of our own Ryan the Lion's girl fiance had surgery. As far as I know, she's fine. Riley uplifting words for her. P.S. Greg, anything you want to say or take back? If not, it's cool.
I'm glad the surgery went well, and hopefully y'all find comfort in each other and can find comfort in the Lord anytime you go through adversity like that.
I apologized to Ryan the Lion in DMs. If you're listening to this, like, what the heck? Ryan and I went at it in the middle of the Michigan State game, and I said some very awful things to Ryan. I will say I had no idea that there was any surgery going on with anyone in Ryan's life, let alone his girl. So, Ryan, I hope the best for her. All of the things I said to you privately, I will say publicly. I'm very sorry for the way I handled myself. You deserve better than that, my friend. Malik says, we left together, but I'm better. Michigan, come on down. Sam Walters, Jace Howard, Justin Pippen. Let's go out west. Arizona, Henry Vasar, Emmanuel Stephen, KJ Lewis. I still don't fully understand this game.
Which of these, after they leave, will be better than the other at their new stop? So,
Okay.
like Sam Walters, I think is at SMU. I don't even know where Jace Howard and
Justin Pippen. I think all these guys stink, but I guess Sam Walters.
yeah, Sam Walters would be my choice for
Arizona's
Arizona.
Vasar
Yeah, Vasar.
or KJ Lewis at Georgetown.
He'll get his shots up at Georgetown. I think Vasar will be better though.
Probably Vasar. Have a few subjections for the important players on Tuesday's episode. For Michigan, wouldn't it be Roddy Gale? Illinois, I would say Bummer Hummer. I mean, Benham Rickhouse. That was the segment we did on the most important player on each team. No, I don't think Roddy Gale's most important. He was benched last year and they still were really good. Benham Rickhouse, you could convince me he's important for Illinois, maybe.
Most I would say Merkovich is more important than Humrich House.
Yeah, probably fair.
Rickhouse, sorry.
What did you get for your birthday, Riley?
What did I get? Oh, I got a new pair of Jordan 12s.
Very
That
nice.
was like the
Riley,
headline.
Riley, what's going on with North Carolina basketball recruiting? Seems like they're not getting top caliber targets to commit.
It's what happens when you have a coach on the hot seat.
Very true. Last one from Malik before the end of his flurry. How's everyone's spouse doing?
Mine is doing pretty well. We're in the middle of figuring out a new rhythm of life with Natalie is like doing some more work at the YMCA with a new program for for like basically health with families and everything, which is going well. It's just kind of we're figuring out new rhythms in terms of like who's with Theo when and when does he have childcare, everything like that. So
Wow, thank you. It's funny to me that Malik's how's everyone's spouse doing is either completely serious and genuine and cute, or it's like terrifying that he's asking about our spouses. My wife is good. Mal's crushing it as always. She's the best. I love her. Jesse J says, I'm not sure if this is in time for the Bluffs recording. I'm on the West Coast, but if we could say a prayer for our okay, yep, Jesse J, I addressed that at the top, but I feel you. Anyways, I'm gonna move on. Sorry, didn't realize that's where that was headed. Also, God, now I got to talk about it because now it's on the recording. It's crazy that I have to like stop myself as if that's political. It's not political. It is a sad day, but I'm stopping myself to be careful because I know that it is political. But like,
mhm.
it's also not. So I'm just annoyed by all of it. Jesse J, your sentiment is shared. If you are a person that believes in prayer, yes, pray for a lot of people right now. Jesse J says, where is your favorite place to catch a buzz with your boys and talk smack?
Mm, I don't know. Pick your craft brewery of choice in Durham. I'll go on brand for me.
Uh,
I do love the bar He's Not Here. That was my favorite bar in college. Home of the Blue Cup.
Cop out. My favorite place to catch a buzz and watch games with my boys is my four screen basement right now.
Oh, true,
I
true.
love it. I lock in, and it's fantastic. All hail the Pope says Happy Bluffs Friday. Riley, who's your national champion pick in football? Also, who is y'all's pick to win each conference?
I think I said Penn State before the season. I bought in. I'm gonna double down and say, what does Penn State have? Do they have like a slogan for football?
We
Why
are.
do they? That's what I thought. I was gonna say like we are, but for some reason that I started doubting myself. Yeah, we are.
I think it's we are. Yeah, I don't mind the Penn State pick. I'm gonna go Oregon right now, but that could shift in a week. All hail the Pope says, would Kentucky basketball be a good football team? Just receivers, QB, and tight end? No.
No, no further comment needed.
Although they might be better than Kentucky's current football team. Sleeve Nash says, Riley, life's been getting busier. I feel like my gym progress is stalling. How can I break through this plateau?
Great question. I would probably mix it up and look for some new exercises. YouTube is a great resource. There's an Instagram account I use called Pen and Paper Strength app that I love. Really spices it up and has helped me, add a little bit of strength even as I get older.
Love that. Sleeve, I want to applaud you for even recognizing that you're stalling. I feel like that's a win in and of itself. If you're feeling that way, then kudos to you for self-assessing and finding a way to improve and get back on the right track. War Chant says, with all due respect, Indiana football's game day environment is not near top of the Big Ten, even when good. Game environment where I'm going to stop reading this one. War Chant, I love you. It's very long. I'm just gonna keep it moving out of respect for the show. Indiana football's only been good for less than a calendar year. I don't think an Illinois fan's qualified to say if the football game day environment isn't good. It's new, right? Like
Yeah.
I would
And I
expect.
don't
Do
really
you expect a rocking environment when Indiana plays Illinois at home next week under the lights? Like yes.
Yes, and I also think it's like I don't think of Illinois as some football powerhouse. Y'all employed Lovey Smith not that long ago.
Yeah, and I don't think Warchant's implying that, but I think he was talking about like, oh, Illinois is going to pack the house at Indiana. Like, no, it's going to feel like a crazy environment for Indiana football. That's how it would work. It'd be the same at Illinois right now. Both programs are thriving. Warchant says, I think the Washington road game is much more difficult than Indiana for Illinois football. Washington probably third toughest place to play in the Big Ten. I mean, yeah, because of travel, probably, but Warchant, you're not earning yourself much good karma here. Either you're really good, confident about Illinois, but like you're not. You're supposed to play it humble until your big game, not just come in stomping on how easy it's going to be to win there.
Yeah, that Duke win got them all sorts of fired up.
Yeah, for real. Burner 605 says, "Do you think Braden Smith knows his tattoo is awful, or do you think does he think it's cool?" Don't talk to Uncle B like that. Chill, Burner. He's the best player in the country.
I'm sure he'll add to it, and we'll see the completed vision.
It is a very unique tattoo. Very
Mhm.
colorful tattoo. I'm a fan, Braden, for what it's worth. Braden could do pretty much anything, and I would be a fan of it.
I'm not quite there, but I need all he has to do. I'll put it this way: if I see an Instagram post and it's you and I on his screen, then yes, I will be there too.
My allegiance belongs right now athletically to Braden Smith and Carlos Alcaraz. And I would say this, like when Carlos buzzed his head before the US Open, anyone else on earth does that. I'm like, this is so stupid. With Carlos, I photoshopped myself buzzing my head. Then he won the US Open, got a supermodel girlfriend while golfing with Emma Raducanu, and now he just bleach blonded his hair. So yeah, my guys are winning right now, Braden Smith included. It's a good time to be part of the Greg coaching tree. Final comment of the day: your Serbian boiler says UNC edition for Riley Friday. He's got 5 prompts. We're supposed to rank them from most to least likely. Starting with North Carolina finishes second in the ACC. Caleb Wilson finishes freshman of the year over Cam Boozer and Michael Brown. North Carolina beats Duke at Cameron but loses at the Dean Dome. UNC misses the tournament and Hubert is fired. North Carolina finishes top 2 in scoring in the ACC again and also moves up to 5th or better in points allowed. Most to least likely, I will let you steer this entire answer.
Least likely is that second in scoring. I think I have some offensive concerns with this team, just with the guard play sort of being a lot of uncertainty right now. Second least likely,
Can I stop you? Just
yeah,
sorry, I'll let you go back. You actually think that's less likely than Caleb Wilson beating out Cam Booser and Michael Brown? Like to
I
me,
do.
that
Yeah.
that one is like 0%. The rest of these I all think have a chance.
See, I would say the second most likely is UNC misses the tournament. But a lot of this doesn't make sense to me. like my rationale doesn't even make sense to me as I'm hashing this out. I think in my mind, I'm either like Carolina's going to be elite or they're going to be a bubble team because that's been the Hubert Davis experience. So
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I think they'll have some offensive struggles. I think the second most likely is they miss the tournament. I think the third most likely is Caleb Wilson is player of the year, and they're great. I think the fourth most likely is they win in Cameron and lose. No, the fourth most likely is probably second in the, actually second in the ACC might be third.
That's right. Like if you're just saying the Caleb Wilson one is we're gonna be nasty, I would just put the second in the ACC as the answer there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But like I don't know. My issue is just like what does a Caleb Wilson freshman of the year season look like? Is he suddenly a top three pick in this draft?
I
I
would, yeah, probably. Like he could maybe outperform one of Boozer or Darren. Like I I think when you look at like Boozer versus Wilson, I think Boozer's going to be ridiculously productive. But even from an NBA perspective, there I don't think it's like a not a 0% chance that Caleb Wilson goes higher in the draft when you factor in like the athleticism and the wingspan, all the physical tools that I think he has that are like slightly ahead of Cam Boozer.
I think it's so far off, but maybe I'm wrong. Look, I like Caleb Wilson. To me, if Caleb Wilson has a better year than Cam Boozer, it means no one else on Carolina can do anything. And he
Yeah,
has to
you're
do
right.
everything, and the team's not very good. So,
Yeah.
but the rest of yours, I agree with the order. I would put Caleb last because I think that's 0%. But
So what
all
did
right,
I say? Top two in scoring, least likely. Second
then
most least likely,
Caleb,
probably Caleb. Then the third least likely.
second in the ACC.
Second most likely they missed the tournament. First most likely they would be splitting with Cameron and losing to
Split with
D'Lo.
Duke. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah, let's go
reasonable.
with that. Okay,
That feels
that's
good.
good.
Good answer. Good question, your Serbian boiler. Thank you for that series. We enjoy that series all week. That's it from the Discord. Great job, Discord. We are about to get to our show right now. Topic one, what we got?
First topic, I want to react to Evan Miyakawa's preseason rankings, which a little peek behind the curtain. Evan gave us a sneak peek before he even released them to the public. I sent them to you after he sent them to me. He knew we were going to do a topic about it. I'm excited to react. First, I want to look at like just general takeaways, and then I have two prompts that will guide our discussion.
Love it. Let's do it.
All right. So when you look at that, the ones that jumped out to me right away was Arizona in the top 10 at number 7 and Illinois at number 9. And then even rounding out the top 10 with UCLA. Like the all three of those teams I thought were a little bit higher than consensus. Some other big takeaways, Ohio State checking in at 18, Cincinnati at 27. I do not expect Cincinnati to be a tournament team. I thought that was fascinating. UNC 29, which I don't have any gripes with that, no problems with that. But I did think Evan's model usually is like a little bit higher on UNC. So I thought that was interesting. And then Miami at 36, like a surefire top 40 team under Jay Lucas in year one. I thought that was worth noting as well.
Yeah, I have many of the same takeaways as you. I feel like the most compelling things that I would just point out are all near the top of this list. Once you get past like the top 15, I think there can be a lot of differentiation that I'm not all that confused or upset about.
Hmm.
Houston over Purdue is interesting. I would point out that analytically, Houston never gets the credit they deserve, right? I mean,
Hmm.
Ken Pom every single year, Houston is basically the best team in the country going back 5 years. And for whatever reason, we talk ourselves into other programs and put Houston like third or fourth. I've kind of started doing that myself this summer. Like it's supposed to be Houston and Purdue at the top. And the more we go into the summer, I'm like, well, I might take UConn. I might take Duke. Let's drop Houston down a little bit. Good reminder, analytics are telling us Houston will always be elite. And
Yep.
EvanMiya, I
Yep.
think, is obviously in the forefront of that. Purdue at 2, no issues. Duke at 3 is going to be higher than they are in the polls. A lot of the preseason polls have them like 12th. I am aligned with that. I think Duke's going to be better than people expect. Love to see my Michigan Wolverines at 5. Illinois at 9 would be great for content, but I'm stunned by that. Kentucky is outside the top 10. Kentucky fans won't like that, but I think that's totally reasonable. And lastly, Louisville all the way down at 19th. Wow.
Crushing to me. Crushing to me.
Kind of
This is not.
fascinating.
It's not where my agenda wanted to see. I like putting that backcourt behind John Diebler doesn't really sit well with me. However, I guess with like I don't know how Evans' model adjusts for the internationals with someone like Sanan Defru and maybe the question marks around him. That could be what's landed them like outside of the top 15. But yeah, Just
Also, so I think I'm going to interview Evan next week on some of these findings, which would be great to get him back on the channel. It's interesting. The screenshot he sent us has a column for preseason rank, column for roster rank, column for last year's rank, and then a new coach. So those must be elements of how this output comes out. Roster rank, I would think, is just who's got the best players. He has
Mhm.
Purdue one. He has Michigan two. So love to see that from both a we cover Purdue standpoint, also as a fan. Also, just find it fascinating. North Carolina's roster rank is 37th, and their preseason rank is 29th. So does Evan's model believe that Hubert Davis is going to be a great upgrade for this roster?
I mean, the power of the Holy Spirit, man. That's what Hubert those are that's what me, Evan, and Hubert all have in common. We rely on that a lot. So maybe
Fascinating.
maybe that gets him higher, but
Fascinating.
okay,
Do you have anything else you want to do on this segment, or I have a way we could end this if so?
well, I have two questions for you.
Okay.
First, I want a team outside of the top 40 that you're in on, and it can't be our Washington Huskies. And then I want a team in the top 15 you want to axe and say, get them out of there. They're not top 15.
Outside the top 40, I think I will buy just ever so slightly a little bit of Washington stock. I
I said
think
it.
this
I
roster is a
said
lot better than that.
that was my caveat, Greg. I said you can't choose Washington.
Oh, you said that?
Yeah, we give Washington a lot of love, so I wanted to spice it up with a little new blood.
I thought you wanted more sprinkle love.
I love Sprinkle, and I will don't worry. Sprinkle will get his due later on in this episode, but yeah, I wanted a non-Washington team outside the top 40.
All right, San Diego State. I think getting Guath back is really underrated. I think they've got legit talent. I would be surprised if they don't win the Mountain West and finish top 25 this year.
Gee, I got some news for you. Twinskies.
Twinkies, let's
I
go.
I I really like this San Diego State roster. Bringing back Miles Bird and Reese Dixon Waters is insane. Guath at the five. Pharaoh Compton was a one-time high-level recruit. Like, I think just the 3 through 5 with Bird, Compton, and Guath has a chance to be special defensively. And I think they can figure enough out on offense to have a better season than last year where they made the first four. Maybe they can even win a tournament game. I'll stay in the mid-major ranks for one more team. I'm like scarily high on this St. Mary's team. I just think when I've looked at them historically, like I don't really buy this Gonzaga team to have the talent that Gonzaga fans are used to where I think there's a path that's open for them to win it. Love Mikey Lewis. Paulius Morauskas was awesome last year, really came into his own and was this versatile weapon who could pretty much do everything on the court. They have Harry Vessel, who's a great defender. And then Montas Uzenas is one of those international kids who Armon is really high on and is just a sniper from Lithuania that I think gives this team exactly what it needs off the bench in 3-point shooting.
I like it. Yep, I got no issue with that whatsoever. That's good for me. You said top 15 team we're selling. Was that the other element of this?
Yeah, not just selling who you want to axe and say get out of there.
Say get all the way out of there. Axe is
Mm-hmm.
such a harsh word. I mean, this is pretty consensus. I guess you're gonna make me do the dirty thing here. Get Illinois out of there, man.
Oh, that's a little harsh.
Get them
I was going to
out,
say
man. They are absolutely the team that doesn't belong here.
over Iowa State, that to me, like Iowa State at 12, I get Otts has like a system and it's proven, but just outside of Joshua Jefferson and Milan Momcilovic, I'm not enthused by this roster. I'm not
Everybody
enthused.
loved Lipsy last year. They still got guys that have played like a bazillion minutes in college basketball. It's a high floor. I actually like Otts as a coach of a team that is not getting any love. I thought
Mhm.
last year maybe they just got a little overhyped and that kind of messed with the entire Iowa State brand. To me,
That's fair.
Illinois has not even practiced at full strength once this year.
Okay. We'll go with that. We'll axe them. Get them out.
You didn't have to Twinsky with me, but I love that you did. Twinsky. Topic two. What we got?
Gee, can I get a drum roll?
I can't roll
With
my
top,
tongue. I'm sorry.
it's okay. With topic number 2, I present to you the 2025 Jack Benter Awards.
Wow. Oh my goodness. This is going to be our best segment ever. Let's go.
So when I was perusing the channel yesterday, I noticed the headline about Jack Benter playing a meaningful role. So I wanted to look at our favorite teams that we cover on this channel and say who is the most meaningful role player on these teams.
Okay.
And
Meaningful role player time. Let's do it.
I have purposefully left it broad because I want you to be able to go any number of directions with this. So, of course, G, as I like to do, whether I'm hosting and it's you or Carter on, I like to start with your team. So tell me, who is the most meaningful role player on Michigan?
Does role player have to be a Jack Benter-esque bench guy? Or can I have a role player in the starting lineup?
Ooh, I was originally thinking bench guys, but I said at the top, I left it broad for a reason. If you want to go with a starter, by all means, let's name a
Okay,
starter.
because I think the reality here is Namari Burnett is a role player, and he might be the most important role player in the country, in my
Hmm.
opinion. This team has shooting questions. If Michigan makes shots and doesn't have issues shooting the basketball, they're going to be nasty. They are undeniably good at everything else on the basketball court. They have an elite passer, two elite big men, elite rebounding, elite size. The only thing is, can anyone on this team shoot? Namari Burnett is going to be asked to do strictly that. I thought he was fantastic last year. And if he just plays to the same level he did last year, he's going to be key to this Michigan team.
Mhm. I like that a lot. I feel like he is the consummate role player who just does the winning things. We'll take my team next. I said Jaron Stevenson. I think
Okay.
he might be a spot starter here and there, but I think the best version of UNC has Jaron Stevenson capable to play backup minutes at the 3, 4, and the 5. I think in order for him to see real minutes at the 5 behind Henry Vasar, he's got to get stronger. He's got to improve his physicality around the basket. He shot just 42% from the field last year as a 6'10, 6'11 wing, essentially. But yeah, not needs to get on the glass a little bit more too. He clearly has the size. It's just a matter of like, can he be more physical, which has sort of been the questions on him going back to his high school days. But I still think with his ability to guard the perimeter and to comfortably switch onto smaller guards, there shouldn't be too much of a dip when he's in the lineup. But I want to see, I mean, he's still only 19 years old. Is there any level that he can climb to specifically on the offensive side of the ball that could give Carolina another gear?
I love it. I have no qualms with that whatsoever. I was wondering if you were going to consider him a role player. That was my only question, but the pitch
Mhm.
is good.
Moving on, I'm excited to see where this discourse goes. Michigan State. I have three contenders for Michigan State.
Ooh. Can I hear the contenders?
Our boy Divine
No.
Ugochukwu,
No. No.
Jordan Scott,
In honor of Carter, I want to spit on you right now. It's crazy. Jordan Scott, okay.
and Cam Ward. But the question is, what is Cam Ward? Cam Ward feels like the clearly most talented guy, but I just wonder, is there a world where Cam Ward finds himself in the starting lineup and is like more than just a role player?
We'll go Jordan Scott. I think
Okay.
Jordan Scott's the guy off the bench. And again, like Michigan, Michigan State still has shooting questions here. So yeah, give me Jordan Scott with a sneaky pick, a guy that we've never even seriously talked about on this channel before. Michigan State has one center this year. Like Jackson Kohler, respectfully, not a center.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Izzo has not wanted to play Jackson Kohler at the 5 at all in his career.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going into a year, they're going to have to play him a little. But behind Carson Cooper is Jesse McCulloch, who is a guy that we have no idea what he is. He redshirted last year. If he's unplayable, I don't know what happens to Michigan State. If he is playable, suddenly you might feel like you have the guy at the 5 going forward. I might argue for him as the role player that matters for Michigan State.
I actually, yeah, I'm good to go McCulloch. Let's put him there.
Okay, we'll go McCulloch.
How about Illinois? Who's their most meaningful role player?
Andrei Stojakovic, if you listen to their beat writers. I mean,
I would.
he got to focus on his defense. That's what he's here for. So, do
I
you want
didn't
a
really
serious
even
answer?
that being the discourse right now is crazy. Let Andre get buckets. I said Keaton Wagler.
Wagler or Humrickhouse?
Can we go
One of the two.
Wagler? Let's go with our guy CJ Moore who is gassing him up. I like Wagler.
Give
I'm just
Illinois
more
some
excited
reason
for
for
him.
optimism. I'm okay with that.
How about Indiana?
Ooh, it's probably. Can I say Trent Sisley, the freshman?
Ah, that was mine.
I like Sisley as the freshman. Yeah, because
Sicily to
they
me.
need to have some upside in the front court. And I think he's the
Yes.
only guy.
That was my exact thoughts. I thought he looked awesome in the Puerto Rico highlights, which had me really thinking he could contribute this year. Let's move out of the Big Ten momentarily and go to Louisville.
Is Hadley still a role player?
I went same position and said Kenai Roots.
Okay. That seems more fair as a role player.
Yeah, he's the same. I would say same argument for Sicily. Like he offers some upside in the front court, even if there's a chance that he loses out to both Hadley and Case and Pryor. But still thought like he has a chance. With his athleticism, ability to run the floor and hit threes to make a difference. Kentucky, best shooter in the country, Trent Noah.
He's probably the only guy that is for sure a role player, right?
I actually went with Colin Chandler, but I love Colin Chandler. I think that he might be like a role player plus.
Yeah, that's the thing. It feels like everyone on Kentucky outside the big three names could either be a starter or the 12th guy. And like
Yeah.
I don't know which one is which. So yeah, I'm gonna lock in Noah. He's the only guy I feel confident saying is a role player on the team.
Yeah, no, I won't give too much pushback with that. How about UConn?
I mean, I've been out advocating he's gonna end up starting. So I think that means it has to be him. I think it's Malachi Smith.
Really? You think who do you think he bumps out of the starting lineup?
I don't know what they'll do around him, but I would not be surprised if at the end of the year he bumps Demery out and or they play Demery at
Wow.
the two and slide some other people down. It's no disrespect. I think Ball's great. I think Mullins is great. I think Demery's going to be good. I don't think that Hurley has had a true floor general type in a while. I
Hmm.
don't think Demery is that. I think from what we've seen from limited stuff, Malachi Smith is like everywhere, dicing people up with all these talented pieces around him. Ball, Mullins, even Caravan just need a guy that can pass to them. They don't need
Hmm.
a guy that's going to shoot the ball 15 times a game trying to run the show. And I think Hurley on the fly is going to realize that's the perfect puzzle piece.
Hmm. I love that rationale. What if I said you could get someone who's going to get them the ball, but he's also 6'5" and Australian, and
Are
went
you
with
doing
Jacob
Jacob
Furphy?
Furphy? You are, you dog. It's a
I
good
love Jacob
pitch.
Furphy. I love
Yeah.
Furphy.
How
What
much of it
about
is that he's Australian, though? Be honest.
That's a big part of it. And he's a lefty. He's
Yeah.
just got so much. It's like just the perfect fun dude to have off the bench. Duke, I thought was pretty easy with Malik Brown, though I would hear an argument for Sebastian Wilkins.
I love Wilkins. I
But
don't
I
want to
also just
call him
think
a role player.
Brown is such a good defender and so annoying to go against. I feel like he is the prototype for this.
Let's go
Like
Brown.
he's probably the best role player in the country. Um,
Wow. Riley Davis loves Duke.
I do not, but I am honest. That's one thing that I will not be up here lying. Let's close it down with BYU.
Is Moo a role player or no?
Moo is probably like the right answer just because he's gonna fit as the ancillary piece next to the stars. Um, in terms of guys who will come off the bench who I'm intrigued by, who else could it be than Kadeem Boop?
Yeah, yeah. He's good. I or Diamande. I adore
Yeah,
Diamande. I thought you
yeah,
were setting up him, honestly. They have
yeah.
so many fun role players at BYU this year.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
I even think Boshkovich is kind of fun. There's like
He
something there.
is.
So yeah.
Boscovich is a psycho. He just wants to like UFC fight in his 6 minutes on the court. It's great. Shout out to Jack Benter, by the way. Look at the legacy he's already left. Third and final topic today. What we got?
So y'all did best players by height. I'm going to keep that theme
No.
going and do best players by jersey number.
I thought we were doing best players by weight and we were going to get
Oh no.
canceled so fast.
No, I'm doing best players by jersey numbers.
Okay, let's do it.
We got to start where else besides 00 with who with Otega is Otega.
My guy, ooh,
The
Ortega.
only guy who wears 00 in the country, I think. I couldn't find any other ones and I did full on hours and hours of research perusing official roster listings to compile some candidates for this last night.
I love it.
Otega Owe, Otega is Otega, the only dude wearing 00. Best player by jersey number. What about the single zeros? Would you like to hear your candidates?
I need candidates for all these because I am really bad with jersey numbers.
So this was something I learned about myself too. I used to like remember everybody's numbers. Half these dudes I had no idea what they wore. But your candidates for zero, you got Boogie Flan, Mikel Brown Jr., LeBaron Philon, Todd Pettiford, and Jacoby Gillespie.
Ooh. I think the flashy answer is Pettiford.
I would go Pettiford or Phylon.
Yeah, and I'm always going to take Pettiford over Phylon.
All right. Let it be known that I want Phylon over Pettiford, but for the sake of the graphic, we'll go Pettiford.
Okay. Sounds good.
Number one, your candidates are Solo Ball, Denzel Aberdeen, and Malik Thomas. Yes, I forced an ACC guy in here with Malik Thomas from Virginia.
Uh, do you want to go Thomas? Why do I feel like you're trying to force us into Thomas?
Well, it was more so a reflection on like not a lot of good number ones this year, which usually I think of like number one as like the basketball number, but I would still lean Solo Ball. I think he's earned it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he's probably the right answer, even though I don't know. I'm not the biggest solo ball guy to be honest. So
Hmm. Malik Thomas did average 20 a game last year and is going to have a ton of freedom in Ryan Odom's system this year.
yeah,
Do we zag and say Malik Thomas?
fine by me.
All right, sweet. We'll go Malik Thomas.
Okay.
Number two, your candidates are Bruce Thornton, Silas Demery, Andrei Stojakovic, Nick Martinelli, and Donovan Dent.
Dent.
I think Dent feels like the right answer, although I was wondering if you get a little cute and say Martinelli.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm good with Dent, though. Number three, Braden. Starts and ends with him. I think he's
Yeah, I
a
don't want to
shoot.
hear any other nomination. That's my guy,
Yeah.
Uncle B.
Number four, PJ Haggerty, Christian Anderson, Trey Kaufman Wren. And if you want to get a little cutesy, silly face, Chad Baker Mazzara.
Okay, it's not Baker Mazzara. This is crazy, but it's how my brain works. Because three and four are next to each other, I want it to be Trey Kaufman Wren so that it's Braden and TKR next to each other. But I think my other answer would not have been TKR if not for that.
Hey, I mean, he is the All American, so I'm good to put him there.
All right, Purdue gets a duo.
Let's see. Number five. We got the candidates are Darion Williams, Darius Acuff, and Joshua Jefferson.
Do you have a preference here? Young Bulls Rock is always where my head's at, but
I'm not a big Acuff believer though.
oh, that hurts. Have we ever
I
talked
just
about this? Why?
mm, I just think he's like too shot happy, over dribbles too much, and between the two freshmen, I just like Malik Thomas better with Arkansas.
Fair. Shooty, shooty, score is definitely how he likes to play. Okay. I'd go Darion then, I think.
Yeah, I'll go Darion as well. Um, Number six, the only candidate I found, the only notable guy wearing this number is my guy, Hans Steinbach.
I I can't believe you get to brand yourself as the Washington guy, but I'm in full support of it. That's fine.
And just know that is not the last Washington player who will make this list.
Oh my God. How
Number
many of these are we
seven,
doing? Are we going up to like number 77 because Luka Bogovats is here?
we'll go to 15, but we can fly through a couple of them. Number seven candidates are Milos Uzan and Dame Sar.
Milos.
Number eight, the candidate is Caleb Wilson.
No other nominations.
No other nominations.
Ridiculous, but I respect it.
Number nine, the candidates are Wesley Yates, Nigel Pack, and Ruben Dominguez.
I don't even know who Ruben Dominguez is.
He's a Spanish shooter who's going to play for Texas A&M and buckyball and probably take 10 threes a game.
Okay, yeah. I'll pass on that one.
Wesley Yates it is at number nine.
Like
10,
it.
Koa Pete or Thomas Hauk.
Koa.
Wow. Oh, over Hauk. Okay.
I'm a huge Koa guy. Huge Koa guy.
I
I
love
think
Koa too, but yeah.
yeah, Koa's no nonsense. Koa isn't like running around like I hate Wake Forest. I'll put my
No.
bedazzled belt in their butt.
No, number
He's
11. Number 11 is Alex Caravan or Ian Jackson.
That's how I'm gonna refer to that forever, by the way. Remember that time Caleb Wilson said he was gonna put his bedazzled belt in your butt? Who were the numbers for 11?
Alex Caravan and Ian Jackson.
Nick Stauskas.
Caravan it is. Number 12, Cam Boozer or Malik Ewing.
Shout out to Jason Lane, Lansing Lugnuts. The reason I wear number 12. I don't know. You can do
It's
this
Boozer,
one.
man. Boozer's number 12. He's the best 12.
Are we sure?
I think so.
Yeah, he's probably the best player in the country. So yeah, I just wanted to get you to say that.
Number 13, your candidates are Tama Visic and Sananda Frew.
Ivisic.
Yeah, I'm with Ivicic. Number 14, only notable one I found was Bennett Sturts. That feels like the right answer. And
Yeah, probably.
number 15, three good candidates here, but I think I know where we'll go. JT Toppin, Richie Saunders, and Graham EK.
JT Top. I mean, Potato Boy is who I want to go, but are we allowed to say him, not JT Toppin?
I think we say Richie Saunders and just hope the Texas Tech fans don't realize it.
I'm so game for that.
Let's do it. Richie Saunders it is.
Okay, boom. Yaxel Lendeborg's 23. Petrovic, excuse me, is 77, not Luca. Uh,
Lucas 44, the best 44 in the country. Let that be clear.
damn it.
DP is 22.
A lot of alliteration numbers this year.
I know. I love it though. Oh, Caden Lewis is 55. Might be the best 55 in the country.
What jersey number would you wear?
3. That was my high school football number.
So swaggy. And they tried to say this man was a nerd. One big thing presented by our merch store, Twitter pinned tweet is where you can find the ability to purchase Sleepers items for 6 more days. Check it out. Riley, what do you got?
This weekend got a birthday celebration for my son. It is like 2 weeks early, but I'm out of town the following weekend. So we got some family who will be here. Gonna eat some really good barbecue, eat some nice cupcakes. Very much looking forward to it. Shout out to my son in advance of his birthday. I love you.
Oh, Theo, my nephew. Did you guys plan Leon and Theo having like pretty close in proximity birthdays?
We did not, but September is a common month for people to be born.
Are we sure that wasn't like a Twinsky move? Like you guys were on the side, like, yo, let's do it tonight.
Insane, but no, Carter and I are not. Even Twinskies does have some limits.
All right. I
There's
I
a
would never
there's a
put
limit to the
anything past you
Twinskiness.
two ever. All right. I'll use my one big thing time today to try and drive a wedge between you and your co-owner in my biggest rival in fantasy football history. For those that are unaware, Riley Davis and Evan Miyakawa, the beloved EvanMiya.com owner, they co-own a team in our family football Jeff Goodman League. And we are two of the big four, I would say, between you, myself, Kevin Sweeney's team, and Jeff Borzello's team. There's very clearly four blue bloods in the league. And
Mhm.
we are the only ones I would consider rivals. I don't necessarily root for Sweeney's team or Borzello's team. I don't think anyone roots for us or your team either. But I would say it's fair to say we hate each other. And so
Mhm.
we always get the primetime spot in week one, your team versus mine. I think everything you stand for is disgusting. It's a computer algorithm. You go off a spreadsheet. Your talents aren't even utilized. And you think everything I stand for is disgusting. Trades, swindling, maneuvering, all of those things. Well, well, well. Week one came down to the wire. You guys had a 30-point lead going into the fourth quarter of the Bears game. I had roughly every single Bears aerial attack threat in that game. Roma Dunze's touchdown put me up 1 point with 1 minute left. And then we had a fumble Rooski on the final play where we thought that it jumped backwards because of a fumble. Ultimately, I win by 2.2 points. 2-0 start for the boys, 0-2 for you. And Evan Miyakawa, your co-host, was talking his shit. While I know you were sitting back, arms crossed, knowing better than to open your mouth with time still on the clock in the fourth quarter, Riley Davis. Do you have any words for your foolish co-owner who certainly earned bad karma that resulted in an 0-2 week for you in week one?
Look, Evans trash talk is the funniest thing to me because it's like ever so slightly devious, but it's still masked behind the patented Miyakawa Midwestern niceness. But it's like when you very much start to see like this niceness is such a facade where you're like leaning into like your Midwestern roots when really you are devious and you are trying to tear me down. I had a miniature crash out after Adunze scored the touchdown. I can't remember what I said, but it resulted with me saying I had some choice words for Greg, then said good night. I love you both, and did not check the score until the morning when I realized we lost.
Yeah,
But
I said some vulgar things. In the middle of the game, when I thought I had lost, I was sending Bible verses back to Evan, trying to speak your guys' language. But yeah, no, fun game. Great. I would call it an instant classic. I think this
mhm.
is what you're hoping for with fantasy football. I
It
have
was a
no
bit of a
doubts.
defensive slugfest. Like our boys were
Was.
locked in on that side of the ball. But sorry to cut you off.
No,
Continue.
it was exactly what you'd expect in the trenches in week one, and yeah, I have no doubt your team is going to be in the playoffs. I think I hit the my final text that night was "See you in the playoffs." I fully expect to be playing meaningful fantasy football games with a lot on the line late into February against you. However, I would just like to take this moment to let y'all know if you come for the king, you best not miss. my friends, because you're the only people fortunate enough in this league to play my team before I pulled off the trade of the century. It's a whole new look organization, as it always is by week 2, as it always is. There's one team in this league with the most wins. There's one team in this league with the inaugural championship. And there's one team in this league that you don't shit talk. I'm talking about.
There's one team in this league who's the reigning champ, though. You might have won it first. I won it most recently. We'll see what made the chips fall
Oh,
how
you
they.
you won it? That wasn't a we. That was an I won it most recently.
I mean, in between those, look in the on the pulpit. G, I'm a we guy. In between those lines, I'm a me guy though.
Listen, I've told you for years, if you want to win, we have a roster spot for you over here in Serial City. That's what we do, okay? Now, I've told you if you abandon the computer, the mouse's career will take off very quickly. But we can talk on the side if you want to abandon your co-owner. Certainly, I think you should, because a spreadsheet ain't gonna beat me. A spreadsheet can't do what I can do. A spreadsheet can't pull off a 3-for-1 trade for Ashton Genty that puts him from projected 11th in the league all the way up to projected first after 1 week. I'm looking forward to the season. And yeah, I'll see you in the playoffs, my friend. That's the show. Thank you, Riley, for preparing all this. We'll see you all next week.